Hi, my name is Carrie Rand. This presentation will focus on children with autism spectrum disorders, their challenges, and what we can do as educators to help them develop their skills they need to be successful. The following slides contain information about some aspects of autism spectrum disorders. Autism. Autism is a condition that can present delays in language development, repetitive behaviors, and body movements, sensory sensitivity, and disruptive physical behaviors. Under the umbrella of autism, children function at all different levels from mild to severe. Each child will present with their own individual characteristics and needs. Educators need to be prepared to support them in the classroom. Social development. Children with autism have great challenges in the area of social development. Children with mild characteristics can verbally communicate with peers. They will need support to maintain connections with peers. Autism affects children's ability to see the perspective of others. This causes difficulties with interacting with classmates. Educators need to provide direct support to encourage positive experiences. Children with autism spectrum disorders have difficulty with eye contact. Depending on the severity of characteristics, children may completely avoid eye contact or have fleeting eye contact. This creates problems with interacting with others. Nonverbal cues are missed during interactive play. Over time, this may cause other children to not have interactions with a child with an autism spectrum disorder. Theory of mind. Theory of mind is a child's ability to form ideas about what others are thinking or feeling. Researchers believe children with autism may not have the ability to develop a theory of mind because of the characteristics of the disorder. They have difficulties collecting information from various types of stimuli at the same time. This information is essential for interpreting others' thoughts and actions. Language development. Children with autism have a range of language abilities. They range from completely nonverbal to some verbal competency. Children who have autism may demonstrate echolalia, a behavior of repeating words or statements with little or no conversational value. They seem to echo others during interactions. Language development. Children who are nonverbal are usually taught sign language to give them a way to communicate their needs. PECS, picture exchange communication systems, are also used with children who are nonverbal. The system is comprised of small pictures of familiar items. The child hands the picture of desired item to an adult or classmate. This is a way for the child to communicate needs. This system evolves into sentence structure as the child progresses in skill level. Autism and play. Children with autism are drawn to solitary play activities. Educators have to facilitate interaction with peers. Language and social challenges make it difficult for children with autism to be part of a dramatic play group. They need direct support to find a way to interact appropriately with their peers. A child with autism rarely engages in pretend play. Since this is a center focus of dramatic play, they have difficulties interacting with peers in this manner. Children with autism have difficulty sharing a common goal or understanding with another peer or adult. This understanding is called intersubjectivity. Without this understanding, children with autism are unable to collaborate with peers and work toward a common goal without direct support from adults during the interaction. Children with autism are drawn to play activities that are of particular interest to them, regardless of what the group is focused on. An adult's support can help to integrate their interest into the group activity. Autism and technology. Technology is the focus of many discussions in the development of children. Is technology good for our children's development and health? Studies have shown children with autism benefit from technology in a unique way. They can watch social interactions on video and imply those behaviors in a classroom setting. Technology being used appropriately can assist children to be a positive part of the classroom community. Educators. As educators, we have a responsibility to provide a safe and positive learning environment for our students. Children with autism will need support to be their best during interactions with peers. Autism is a puzzling disorder because of the way it presents itself within individual children. Visually, a child with autism looks like a typical child. Only during social situations and prolonged interactions do their challenges become apparent. Support from adults in their lives will help them from being rejected by their peers for their behavior. These slides show just some of the ways autism spectrum disorders affect children in the classroom. There are many other considerations when teaching a child with an autism spectrum disorder. Every child is an individual. Children on the autism spectrum present with different levels of need and areas of development. The relationship with parents is invaluable when creating a learning plan for a child with an autism spectrum disorder. The parents are the first teachers and know their child best. The best outcome for the child is to involve their parents in their educational life. As some of you may have read in my post, both of my children have a diagnosis on the autism spectrum. My experiences with them have been completely different because their needs are different. I've had the pleasure of being involved in their education and therapies. These are some of the materials that we've used with my youngest child, Devin. His PEC system. These are the ones we had at the house. As you can see, let me see if I can get it to come in focus. There's one for eat, one for art time, and then this is a universal symbol that's all done. It also has the sign for it, because he did start off using a little bit of sign before he started picking up some verbal. That was one we used a lot to finish up any sort of project. Here's another one we used. There's the symbol for car, which means we could be going for a ride, or that we were going to the car, or he was going to play with the car. It could be used for different things. And then there was one for break time, and one of his favorites, the playground. He would bring this to me, or we'd put it on his daily schedule, depending on what we were using it for that day. And then same thing, the symbol's all done. It means we're finished with the playground. It usually wasn't a happy time for him. It took a while for him to transition smoothly from a favorite activity like the playground to being finished and time to go home. That was hard for him. Oh, here's another one. This is one we had to use a lot. Bedtime is a difficult time for us in the house. Still is. When he was young, there is his symbol for his pajamas, and it shows to put his pajamas on, and then it's time for bed. It's sleep. We had other symbols to go along with these ones that said stay in bed, be quiet, put your head on the pillow, a lot of stuff like that. And these are ones, this would be choices that he could make throughout the day. I'm trying to see if you guys can see them. There we go. There is play, computer, and book. 3 of his favorite things. At school, he had a small, binder to put them all in, and they were all on sheets of the same material. It's plastic, and on Velcro strips, where all of his choices for the day, his free choice items, what he might want for snack that day, things he might want to say, like I want bathroom, or I want outside, or I'm tired. Any of those things were all in his book as time went on, because he went to the same school for 3 years, and these were amazing with helping him acquire language. These actually showed us that he could read. I believe actually it was the book one he read to me before, because we had this one that said book, and we had this one that said read on it. And he brought me this one and said book. And I just started thinking maybe it's just a picture he's getting. But he brought me the other one that had the book on it, and it said read. And he said read to me. So this was a big deal for us. These were all materials that his school provided for us. I'm hoping, as an educator, that my experience as a parent would help me to be better prepared to help my students' parents be helpful for their children, to be supportive of them, because it can be a difficult process. to go through. And so these are some of the things that I found out about autism spectrum disorders through our readings so far this semester in this class, and some things that I already knew because of my experiences with my own children. Hopefully this presentation will help some of you learn some new things and maybe review some things that you already knew. Hope you liked my presentation. Thank you.